To prevent safety incidents, it is forbidden for two people to operate the machine at the same time. Before operating the machine, please check whether it can be operated safely. Start machine programming. Click to open the model. This video mainly introduces key content, and less frequently used functions will be introduced later. Then create a new program. Click this. Then enter a name for the new program. I'll just write a random name here. Confirm and enter the model making screen. Enter PCB size information: length, width, thickness. Solder print width is an automatically generated input parameter. Almost all parameters are automatically generated and do not need to be entered manually. We only need to enter the PCB length, width, and thickness. There are two ways to identify the machine: PCB mark and stencils mark. If there is a mark on the bottom of the stencils, use the first mode, which is accurate and convenient. If not available, only use PCB mark. After modification, the interval input is E. When manufacturing the stencils mark, it is required to overlap with the PCB mark without any deviation. Next, we enter the PCB size. PCB length 120毫米 PCB width 100毫米 PCB thickness 1毫米 After the input is completed, the machine automatically generates all parameters. Then select the recognition mode. To explain again, if the stencils has no mark, only the PCB mark can be selected. Before your company manufactures the stencils, you need to ask the supplier to make the stencils mark. Input interval E, or PCB. PCB mark only, enter only E. Interval means the interval between the number of PCBs before identification. Normally, every PCB needs to be identified. Then select the flow direction of the PCB, whether the PCB is from left to right or from right to left. For other parameters, you can choose the default ones or modify them manually. Enter advanced parameter settings. Select the required automatic cleaning mode. You can choose the cleaning method and cleaning cycle. There are wet cloth cleaning, dry cloth cleaning, vacuum cleaning, and you can freely mix and match. The cleaning order is from E to 4. The left side is the cleaning mode, and the right side is the number of cleaning times. There are 4 cleaning modes in total. If you don't know what they mean, you can test them when producing the product and you will understand. Dry cleaning means using only cleaning paper, and wet cleaning means using cleaning paper and alcohol. Vacuum cleaning means that the machine draws a vacuum to absorb foreign matter. The cleaning paper and alcohol container are both at the back of the machine. I will explain how to use them later. The following 4 are options for cleaning speed, vacuum delay time, cleaning agent, etc. After the settings are completed, click Next. Click Next. You don't need to set other parameters and use the parameters automatically generated by the machine unless the generated parameters cannot meet your requirements. If you don't understand the meaning of other parameters, please feel free to contact us. We are always here to answer your questions. When you click Next, a dialog box pops up asking you whether to adjust the width of the PCB conveyor channel. Check for other components in the channel. No problem, click OK and the machine will automatically adjust. After the machine completes the automatic adjustment, the software automatically enters another page of content. If you don't understand what the content on this page means, you can click this control key to check the status of the machine. This is the area on the left. You can test the function buttons of the manual dialog box. You can click these buttons to test them, but only one person can operate the machine, and no one else can get close to the machine. This is the Y direction template blocking cylinder. It is rarely used, so be careful not to damage the template. Let's test it and find that this cylinder is moving. Okay, let's move on to the program of the machine. Click Table Up. The working platform of the machine rises. This step is mainly to check the height between the PCB surface and the conveying channel surface. After the work platform is raised, we place the support columns or support blocks under the PCB. The operating sequence of the machine is to raise the tabletop first. Please note that when you place support columns or support blocks, please do not place them under the channel. Please retract the support columns that are not needed in time. Do not place them randomly. Support pillars can only be placed under the PCB. Please recycle if you don't need them. The PCB is placed in the middle of the table. Then check whether the height of the PCB surface is consistent with that of the table. The PCB surface can be a little higher, but not lower than the height of the table. Use your hand to feel the height and you will know the height difference. If the height is not correct, please rotate this to adjust the height. This is to adjust the height of the table. After checking that there are no problems, tighten the nut. The table rise is mainly to check the height between the PCB surface and the table. Next, we click Table Down. Click Table Down. Next, we click on Auto Positioning. PCB Automatic Positioning. This is it. Load PCB. At this time the machine runs automatically and the PCB is placed from the entrance of the machine. Then click CCD to go back. When clicking these buttons on the machine, please pay attention to whether there are people around. Then next, click on the Z-axis table to rise. Click this. After the tabletop has risen, we click on the cylinders that release the formwork and frame. Click this to release the template and frame. Let's see if it's loose. We also need to loosen this. After loosening the template and frame, you can adjust them freely. After aligning the PCB pad with the template, remember to lock it. A check mark means fixed and no check mark means released. Let us test it out. Once loosened, we place the template into the frame. When aligning, the PCB pads must be aligned with the template holes without any deviation. Due to the large video memory, the video of making the program ends here. Please watch the next video. Thank you for watching.